today, mostly Tulio right here and also me will teach you how to do the frontside snap on your surf skate.
Are we going to the beach?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you back. Like I just said, today we will mainly focus on teaching you how to do a frontside snap. Right here next to me is Tulio. Tulio is a local grom here in Namibia who has lately become basically my best friend here in Namibia. And like I've been busy surfing and filming non-surfing related stuff, but today we're finally doing another Surfskate tutorial. Tulio has this maneuver unlocked. He's also a champ in doing that maneuver on the surfboard. I have photos of that for you right here. And let's just get straight into it before I keep on talking too much.
Hello guys from Namibia. Today we will be doing the frontside hack, and here's my own opinion for if you guys are just getting started. Well, let's jump right into it. Our first step is, if you can't really do your turns and set into the hack, let me show you how to do that by just teaching you a simple swirl.
Okay, now that you've just seen Tulio do the flowing, the carving, like just like carve, 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 you can already start sliding your tail a little bit out at the front side. You will feel that once you start going a bit faster or just a bit more radical, it feels like your tail it almost wants to slide. This is just to give you a feeling of what it feels when your board starts sliding out. What are your thoughts on this?
I think that as you start going from the pump, you're naturally gonna start sliding. But don't get scared or hesitate when your tail starts sliding. See it as you're busy progressing and you're busy getting advanced. So it's a really good sign that if you start pumping hard enough, that your tail starts sliding. And from there, just continue watching the video to get the full slide.
Nice. Couldn't have said it better. Here we go. Okay, after you've just seen that, this is basically really just like you're carving and you try to see me set it up with a bottom turn, and then I heavily load my front foot and then swing the back foot through. But this is also exactly where I struggle with the full 180 rotation. It works kind of nice in the bank, but one, it doesn't really work on a surfboard, it doesn't really translate. And second, it's also like always almost feels like it's a bit of luck or bad luck if I stick it or if I slide out or whatever. So let me take you to the desk and show you the difference in a clip I took a few days ago, how Tulio's slide looks versus how mine look, and you will exactly see what I mean.
Okay guys, and here we are in the desk setting. So I'm currently in one of the rooms that has a desk at the Salty Jackal, where I'm currently volunteering. Just to have that mentioned again, Salty Jackal, the best place to stay in if you're coming to Namibia as a surfer, especially to Swakopmund. Instagram handle on the screen for you right here again, so just make sure you check that out if you ever want to come to Namibia for surfing and you want to stay in Swakopmund. But yeah, I'm currently here at the desk now, and there's a few things that I really want to show you. So why don't we just get started with it. Let's pull the iPad up on the big screen and get straight into it. So the first thing that I want to show you is that it's from a different day, where I just like recorded a few snaps or hacks or whatever you want to call it, maneuver, from me and Tulio. And that's the first one right here, so let's just play that through so you can watch it. Okay, so and now I want to like show you the main difference in that video already. I will also then show you like full body shots where you can see everything and just like make very clear what's the main difference between our techniques. So as you can see, as Tulio rolls in here, he's like already engaging that like that heel side rail that carries him through. And then the main difference is that he's basically sliding with his whole body. So if I can show that, you can see his front leg is right now kind of extended. Of course it's not fully extended, but it's also not as like deep crouched down as you will see with mine. And then his back leg is like quite compressed still. And he's pushing both of these legs through to that turn and like really sliding, or what would be in surfing, like really engaging that rail, which really is what you want to do if you want to nail that turn. So if we scrub through it a bit further, you can just see like he's clearly sliding through. And now here come I, and you can see now I'm like just now setting up the turn. I also have like somewhat my like heel side rail engaged, but not as much. You can see my skateboard isn't as much tilted. And now when I'm coming through, like that's the main difference. See how compressed, oh that didn't work. See how compressed my front leg is. And that is, I will show you that in the streets now again, how like I'm heavily loading that front leg and then just swinging that back leg through. So let me show you that. It's like heavily loading the front leg, and now like the back leg just swings through. And while, I mean, in that, like if you take a photo shot of that, like that body position looks kind of cool, but it really doesn't translate that well to surfing. And it's also not like the safest technique or like the soundest technique to do it. So let's just like pull up a different clip to like emphasize that point. So like same clip, that's from the day where we went out, that's Tulio. So you can see him, he's like setting up into it. And now, as you can see here, that rail is engaged. He's like leaning on his side, on his heel side. And then he's like just leaning with these arms like through and going fully around both legs, like press into the turn, and it looks beautiful. So if we scrub through that, you can see him just like going through that. And let's just play that in slow-mo for you, so you can watch that in full speed, slow-mo speed. Okay, and now if I pull up a clip of mine, and that's even one where I was already like progressing throughout the day, thanks to Tulio's tips, but still not fully there. So you can see I'm coming up here, I'm making the bottom turn, and I'm like in here still. It's like what is better now, I'm engaging the rail, that's like pretty obvious for here, it's good. But even now, like for me, it almost becomes like my upper body is going the other direction, is counter turning to my lower body. Still, I'm not like throwing around and leading my arms through. It's more like my upper body is twisting away so that my lower body is coming through. So you see that right here. It's like right now, you will see I will start pushing that leg through, and that arm is like basically moving that direction, which it shouldn't do. So let's just watch it. You can see it's not as bad anymore as it was before. So let's put that in slow-mo, see it again. But you can still see it. Now let me show you the last clip that I want to show you of me, which is where it's at my worst. So I'm bottom turning and now like heavily loading that leg. You can see that again. And now I'm just like kicking that back leg, and that arm will totally move counter direction away from it. And you don't want to do that. You want to swing your arms through to get it as nicely as Tulio does. So just to show you that, see like my whole upper body is like not talking to the lower body. It's like a complete counter rotation. So just in slow-mo. And as I said, as that might look cool, if you just want to have fun, then you can totally use that technique for those little like power snaps. But if you really want to have that translate to the water, or even like just do that turn like massively in a quarter pipe or wherever, you really want to nail Tulio's technique. And just to get a little bit ahead, let me show you that as the last clip. That is how beautiful this turn can look if you do it the way Tulio does it. So slow-mo for you right here, and just look at it. It's so nice. Okay, but you will see and get to know how to do that in just a second now. So with that said, let's hand it back to Tulio and Chris in the streets.
You see that the main difference is, if I just show you that to you real quick, it's like I'm setting it up and then I'm heavily loading my front foot and like really relying on that front surfing truck, which is what I feel, what I've seen on Instagram, most people rely on, but it isn't the best way to do it. And it also, if you're interested in that at all, won't translate to surfing as well. So I heavily load my front foot and then just swing the back foot around. And while it looks cool in a ramp like I just said, it has a few drawbacks. So what you really want to do, and Tulio will show you how to do that just now because he really has that nailed, is as you come in your bottom turn, you start your carving turn as if you would really just want to turn, and then your board should naturally, because you're going radically and like really committing to the turn, start that your front and your backside slide and you go for the full 180 degrees rotation. Tulio will now give you his thoughts, how he thinks he's doing it, because he's obviously way better at it than me, and then we'll show it to you. So what do you reckon?
So firstly, I think committing to the turn is very important. That when I was starting with this turn, I mostly fell off because I wasn't committed enough. But if you are fully committed, I mean, you're on a good path. But secondly is I don't rely all on my front foot, because in surfing wise you would nosedive if you do that. So if you try and slide, try and center it from your spine so that your whole board slides together as one. Remember, as they say in surfing, become one with the wave. Now become one with your skateboard. So basically just stay on your board, slide, keep your gravity in the middle, like your center, and then just push out and slide, and it will just naturally come there you landed.
And then if I understand correctly, if we would translate it into surfing, it's like where you put the board on rail first and then release your fins.
Yes,
is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, then let's show you how to do this in the flat before we take it to the bank for the grand final. Okay, so I feel like I'm going somewhere now. It's still not fully there, but it's going somewhere, and like the main thing that I adjusted is not like loading the front foot too heavy, but more like throwing my arms and shoulders, and like really what Tulio told me to like really put the board as if I was surfing, put the board on rail. But for you that are non-surfers, maybe just like put that pressure on your heel, almost like maybe you snowboard, like a snowboard. You really want to engage that rail and go around like this. I feel like I'm moving somewhere. It's definitely better than when the day started, and that's also what's a big thing. I think usually I do because I want to do like a big bottom turn, and then it becomes this 90 degrees, but a lot of my energy is still going that way, and then I only get to here and always fall off. So just like doing it with a tiny bottom turn when going straight and not in a bank, and do the full 180, it's just in your head, it's just commitment. So while I feel like I unlocked something here today, let's now, for the final section of the video, take it to the bank and see what we can do there.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Just one thing, I'm really proud of you, and I will be really proud of the people watching this and also getting to the turn. But also one thing that I saw now, even myself, I mean, every day you learn something new, is the harder you keep your arms stiff from when you do the carving and you throw your arm, the more you keep it stiff and use your arms, the more your body is going to adjust to your arms, and that will also help you do the turn. So extra key to your turn is your arms as well.
Yeah, let's set up the camera over there, and then you see if we have something more special to let you know. Okay, camera is set up in a way where this bank that you can see behind me right here now, that's also a roundabout, is just now in the shot. So we're gonna show you how to do that.
Sorry for interrupting the video in that way. But if you enjoy these videos you are seeing here, the tutorials and all the other stuff too, it would really go a long way to support me as a creator and this YouTube channel if you went to my Buy Me a Coffee page and considered supporting me with the equal amount of buying me a coffee. And if you don't want to do that at all, totally fine. Let's just get back to the video, and I really appreciate every single one of you that's here watching these videos.
Technique totally stays the same, unless, do you think, Tulio, now that we're doing it in the bank, do you think the technique changes?
I think maybe instead of leaning more on your center or relying more on your center, you would rely more on your back foot, because hitting the bank already kind of gives you a kick, which will make it easier for your board to slide. So if you rely on your center, you might go flying over the bank, or you might face plant. So, but that's only if you rely on the wrong stuff. So I think on the bank, maybe rely a bit more on your back foot to just kick the spray or the dust. To just kick it off, and that's all. Just lean a bit back.
Perfect. So let's hit the bank.
And that's that for the day. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you were able to learn something, like in the mix between that like analysis video kind of part, and then also like mainly Tulio explaining and me trying to learn from him. So I hope that format is nice to you. If it is, leave it in the comments below. If there's anything that you didn't like at all, or that I should be doing better in future videos, let me know. Anything that you really want to see, any video that's out there already but you feel like something is just missing and I might be able to explain it, Tulio might be able to explain it, just hit us with it and we'll try to make it work. I really appreciate everyone for being here, subscribing to the channel and watching these videos. So if you like that video, please leave a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment just letting us know whatever you want to say, and if you want to go all the way, consider subscribing to the channel so you won't miss the next video. But for now, wherever you might be out there in the big wide world, I hope you are having a great day and I will see you back here next week. Goodbye.